Alrighty guys, welcome back to yet another video. So today we are going to be doing a modification to the R7. So we're going to be changing out this OEM tail light over here, which is just this red blob of a mess. I don't have any turn signals on here or anything like that when I did my fender eliminator, so we literally just have a tail light and that's it. So we're going to be changing this out to an integrated tail light that has the signals, that has the actual brake light as well, and we're going to change it out to a fully blacked out one with some nice DRLs as well. So this is the kit that we have over here. This is from VF Designs. Inside the kit, it's pretty simple and straightforward. We just have this one unit over here, the blacked out single piece tail light, and it has a nice ring around it which will create a nice effect, and it has integrated turn signals in here. Then we have the 3 connections. We have one main plug in here, which is going to be for the brake light function over here, and then we have 2 cables coming out which will be plugged into each turn signal. So it should be a pretty straightforward process. All we have to do is remove this whole entire rear end of the bike, so all the fairings over here, the rear seat, take off all the side plastics, then we should be able to have access to the rear tail lights. It should be a pretty straightforward plug and play process, but if you do have external lights, like if you have the LED strips down here or some other turn signal lights over there, you will have to splice some cables and cut some things, but we shouldn't have to do that because we're just strictly running the tail light only. Alrighty, so my microphone just died, so I'm switching to a different mic. Hopefully the audio is going to be okay for the rest of the video. But yeah, we just took everything apart from the tail, a little rubber grommet over here. That's why it flops around. So yeah, pretty simple process. I should just be able to pull that off. We do have to mess around with some of the connections here. So what we have here are the turn signal lights. They're not plugged into anything because, yet again, I'm not running any turn signals. Now we can take the new tail light and we're going to connect the cable first. So this is the brake light and it should just snap right in. Just like that. And now you can orient this the correct way. I'm assuming it's like this. And it should just slot right into that rubber piece. Alright. Okay, so these 2 connections here are for the left and right signal. It's kind of hard to tell which one is which, and you know, there's really no indicator on the new plug. So all I really do is just kind of plug it in randomly and just hope for the best. So it looks like the OEM plug here has a blue dot on top of the white plug, and this blue cable, you know, potentially might be the right one. So we're gonna go ahead and just plug that in. And before we plug in the other one, we're actually going to go and start up the bike and see if it's the right side. If it's not the right side, we can just switch it over pretty easily. Alrighty, so as you can see, we have the left turn signal activating on the taillight, but on the dashboard, it's actually the right side that's lighting up. So we did get them mixed up. It's not the end of the world, it's just very simple. That's how I like to test it. I just plug one in to see which side is for which side, and then we can just figure out which one goes into where. So because this is not the right connection, we're to plug this into this one and this yellow one into the white connector. So now that we figured out which connection goes where, we're going to unplug this one because it is not the correct one. A little bit of a tight fitment, I gotta say. So the white connector from the bike is going to go to the yellow cable, which is our left turn signal. Then the shorter cable here goes into the blue. Make sure it's oriented correctly, just like that. Bang. Alright, pretty simple. So now we're gonna just clean up the wires, tuck everything away, and just button up all of the fairings. Alrighty, so here we have the final product. I gotta say it turned out pretty dang good. My goodness, it is super bright too as well. Even during the daytime right now, as you can see, it's super bright out. It still has a lot of visibility compared to the OEM taillights. I also really like this halo design where it's all blacked out and it creates this sort of DRL ring around it. We also have the integrated turn signals on the side over here that are super bright from TST Industries, also in the smoked out finish. But yeah guys, overall I think this install came out pretty dang good. I will leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check out the product for yourself. And overall the fit and finish is very high quality. It's not, you know, janky or cheap plastic. Now that I have my OEM taillight, I don't need it anymore. If you guys want to purchase it, I will be putting this thing on eBay if you guys want it. There's still so much more I want to do to this bike, and I'm still waiting on my fairing kit to come in. I can't wait until I get that because I'm going to completely transform the whole entire bike. I think this blacked out look is getting a little bit old, I gotta say. It's just very bland, so we definitely got to change it up. And everything that I do take off of this bike in replacement of these mods, I will be selling the OEM stuff. So if you have an R7 of your own, if you need anything for repair, you know, maybe you have a damaged fairing and you want to replace it, I will be selling a lot of OEM parts off of this bike. I don't plan on keeping them or putting it on the bike ever. Even if one day I decide to sell the bike, it'll be sold as is with the new mods. So yeah, pretty much everything is coming off this bike. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.